Uba Sani is a man that when you see him, you know that this person means well for Nigeria, not just Kaduna State.
Good morning and welcome to Laverita TV newspaper review. I'm Ifoma Ejide. Right now, I'll be looking at the headlines on the front pages of the Nigerian newspapers. On the Matric newspaper, relief as 130 adopted Niger State school children regain freedom. NDLEA nabbed female drug kingpin in Lagos with 23.50 kg cocaine stashed in children's room. And you can see more on this news on page 2 of the Matric newspaper. On New Nigerian, troop kills 17 insurgents in coordinated Borno ambush operation. More on this news on page 5 of the New Nigerian newspaper. Arewa youths reject new tax law, call it governance by ambush. Uba Sani preaches unity at Kaduna's Christmas Carol. And you can see more on this news on page 14 of the New Nigerian newspaper. On the leadership, presidency, 130 adopted Niger students, teachers released, none left in captivity. More on this news on page 4 of the leadership newspaper. Obi criticizes reps for not criminalizing vote buying. No fear, no violence this Christmas. Tinubu, page 7 of the leadership newspaper. On Nigeria Tribune, yearly tide, defense headquarters, police, others deploy more men in strategic locations. Army kills 21 terrorists, intercept logistics in Borno, page 3 of the Tribune newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, Nigeria suffers nearly 1 trillion naira export loss after Trump tariff. Military rolls out anti-attack measures for Christmas. And you can see more of this news on page 45 of the Punch newspaper. Christmas is not a moment, it is a movement towards kindness and common purpose, says General Olufemi Oluyide, Chief of Defence Staff. And on First Daily, outrage as Ekiti approves 458.8 million naira severance for ex-local government politicians. Free at last, final batch of adopted St. Mary's students regains freedom. 130 students liberated after months-long ordeal. Fake vigilante exposed. Police parade 5 armed robbers in Anambra. And that's it on the newspaper headlines. We'll be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll be returning with our guests on the show for quick analysis on what the headlines are saying this morning.
One game in 9 states. Adekunle Komolafe Foundation presents table tennis competition for all gender, live in the city of Kano, Kaduna, Niger, Nasarawa, Kwara, Ekiti, Benue, Lagos, and FCT Abuja. Grand finale in Kaduna. Prizes to be won: first place 2 million naira, second place 1 million naira, third place 500,000 naira, and other consolation prizes. Date 9th to 26th of February 2026. For registration, visit www.laveritatv.productions.com. For sponsorship, advert, and partnership, contact the following numbers. Adekunle Komolafe Foundation Table Tennis Competition. Again, you can't miss.
Welcome back. With me on the show today to discuss the newspaper headlines is
Wisdom West.
Thank you very much for coming, sir.
You're welcome.
Compliments of the season, by the way.
Same to you. The same to you.
Thank you. On the leadership newspaper, we have a good news here. 130 adopted Niger students was released. Finally. So what does this release of the adopted Nigerian students reveal about the government's current approach to kidnapping?
It reveals a lot of things. Some are good, and some are not too good news enough for us to, look at. If we look at the good news, as the part of it that is good is that it tells the world that Nigeria's government is committed to fighting terrorism and in securing the lives of its people. But also, it also reflects on weakness in our leadership, because this shouldn't have happened in the first place. They are kids. And all through their childhood, all through their life, they would remember that there was a point in time where they were victims of such kind of, occurrence. And there's a way it affects people psychologically. Not all of those kids will be able to recover from such. So
yeah, the trauma.
A lot has to be done on the part of the government.
So, but this is a very good one, since at least the students are out already from the captive.
Although some claim that more are still there, that it's not 130, it's 163. 65, right?
Yeah.
Let's just hope the government does, the needful. It's a good one.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Still on the leadership newspaper, Obi criticizes rep. So what are the implications of the National Assembly refusal to criminalize vote buying on Nigerian democracy?
So the thing is this. We have a problem in Nigeria where we solve symptoms rather than the main issue.
Okay.
The main issue is not vote buying. Vote buying is only possible because people are hungry, people are in poverty. A nation that feeds its people, a nation that takes care of its people, does not need a law or a bill to be passed to criminalize vote buying, because it would not happen in the first place. Yeah. I'm hungry and you're telling me take 50,000 naira to vote for this candidate. My brother, I will take it. By all means. So let's be honest. So it's not just reps, look into this, reps, look into this. No. What are the measures put in place? You understand? That will ensure that such is not even discussed. Talk more of happening.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
And now on the Matrix newspaper, we saw that law enforcement agents, they were able to nab the female drug kingpin in Lagos State.
Yeah, they did.
My question now is, are current drug law enforcement strategic enough to withdraw these huge amounts of drugs?
You see, we should, like I told you the first time, I said we solve symptoms. We celebrate things that shouldn't be celebrated. I expect them to do that. So it's not a cause for applause. It's their job. Just the way it's the job of the police to secure lives and properties of citizens. These things like this, they are kids and they're in that room. Cocaine is stashed.
In the children's room.
It doesn't make sense. So instead of us celebrating, we should be we should have a meeting where we sit down and say, how did this happen? It's a source for concern. It's a call for concern, rather, I mean. We should really look into it, not post it online and look for ways to celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate there. It shouldn't have happened. So they should really take accountability for that and do the needful.
Yeah, but I still applaud their efforts that they were able to nab this woman.
They should applaud themselves also. But it's failure. It's failure, and it should be called out. It should be called out. It shouldn't be celebrated. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And on New Nigeria newspaper, we saw Uba Sani, the governor of Kaduna State, giving a significant message to the citizens of the state. How significant is the message?
It's very significant. Uba Sani is a man that when you see him, you know that this person means well for Nigeria, not just Kaduna State.
Okay.
He's part of the few good things that has happened through the APC government that Nigerians can track and relate to. Uba Sani entered Kaduna State and religious bigotry, tribal sentiment, nepotism died. The Southern Kaduna people that felt they were disenfranchised, they were neglected, they were marginalized, he brought everybody together. That's a leader. So when he comes out to speak, his message carries weight.
Not to talk of the infrastructure.
He has done well.
Yeah.
Uba Sani is the best thing that has happened to Kaduna State for the past 10 years.
Wow.
Yes. And we can all attest to that across Nigeria. Yes.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing him in the presidency one day. We need people like that. We need people like that.
Okay. And now on Nigerian Tribune.
Yes.
You can see Mr. Tony Elumelu is on most of the Nigerian front headlines.
Yeah.
And I can see he's doing big things.
Yes, he is.
What do you have to say about that?
Look, you see that partnership that happened this weekend? There's one thing it says. It says African capital is supporting African businesses. That's all it says.
Yeah.
Because Venture capital firms that usually partner with African ideas come from the West, come from Europe. For the first time, we're seeing $750 million going directly into a Nigerian business, going directly into an African business, controlled by the African market, controlled by African players. That shows, that Africa is becoming wider in its approach. Africa is being accepted on that, global business stage.
Yeah.
And we really need to applaud Mr. Ilomelu. It
too.
speaks growth. That's the thing. It shows we can trust our own system. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah,
Kudos to
I'm
Mr.
so happy
Ilomelu.
about that. And still on the Nigerian Tribune, we saw that army kills 21 terrorists
Yeah, they did.
and intercept logistics in Borno State. Wow, this is a very good one. 21 terrorists.
The thing is, see, if there is anybody to really applaud in Nigeria for this, first is the President and Commander-in-Chief. President Tinubu have shown that I don't care what the narrative is, Nigeria can be fixed. The second person that is worthy of applause is the current Minister of Defense, General Musa Christopher. When he was Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Defense Staff, we saw what he did. Left and came back as Minister of Defense, and we are still seeing, tangible, good news that we can hold and say, Kai, this government is working. Tinubu's government is working. Whether you like it or not, believe it or not, his government is working. Borno State is out. Last year I was in Borno.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Maiduguri is a place that you can sleep and close your two eyes, and you will not be afraid. Forget what mainstream media is saying. Nigeria is coming back to what we know it to be. A place of peace, a place of love, a place of unity.
Security.
Yes, this government is trying. The current Minister of Defense is doing a marvelous job.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wisdom.
Pleasure is all mine.
Thank you so much for joining us. And once
Welcome.
again, compliments of the season.
Same to you, sister. Same
Thank
to you.
And that's it on Laverita TV newspaper review today. For sponsorship and advert placement, call the number scrolling on the screen. And you can follow us on all our social media handles scrolling on your screen. I'm Ifoma Ejide. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. See you next time. Bye-bye.